Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Answering the Bell with Stormybman, our Sunday morning call-in show for this Sunday, September 28th, 2025. This is number 178 in the series of call-ins. And we're coming out of another great weekend of boxing. There were a lot of fights this weekend, you guys, but no major cards. But if you love the sport of boxing, we had about 4 cards that came through from Friday through yesterday and this morning. And again, I can't cover everything, but I'm here to tell you. There's so much boxing available for us that you can't allow yourself to miss out. You can't, because we have to take the opportunities to get out there and support this sport that we profess to love. I want to say welcome and good morning to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in. I've had a busy morning already. It's like I had to get a few things done that were pressing matters, and my health is not the best at this moment, but I'm pushing through and persevering, you guys. So if Stormybman can do it, you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So just know, we're out here. We're trying to press through, trying to get it done. And I'm sure some of you are going through as well. So you have to push through and persevere, press on. Because that's what life is about. It's about challenges. And sometimes we have to answer the bell to the challenges, right? Yeah. And that's, hey, it is what it is. So just know you're not alone in this. You're not alone. And sometimes we have to pull together when we're doing what we do. So that's a part of it. You know what I mean? Pulling together. So yeah. But I tell you, things can be exhausting for people. Things can really be exhausting. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Stephen L. The women were occupying the airwaves yesterday as well. I haven't had a chance to finish watching those cards, and as soon as I do, I will do some videos and breakdowns because, like I said, there were at least 3 cards on the zone through Saturday, and then we had the Pro Box TV card on YouTube last night, and I elected to cover the Pro Box card because this young hopeful at light heavyweight, Najee Lopez, he's definitely someone who is on the come up and worth talking about, and seemingly has a bright future ahead. So we have to be attentive, you know, for situations such as Najee's. He's a young man that I can't wait to see him again. I think he should be in contention for a world title shot in 2026. He's 26 years of age. I talked about him last night on the post-fight show, and definitely one to keep your eye out for. So yeah. So, man, my vision is not good this morning. I have a lot of issues with an eye, and today it's like one eye has got double vision. How do you get that? I don't know. I woke up that way. I got one eye that got double vision. I hope it's not a retina problem. I got an eye doctor appointment coming up, so hopefully, I tell you, man, getting older is something else. I know y'all probably don't think Stormybman is as old as he say he is, but yeah, the brother getting long in the tooth. I ain't complaining. I'm just saying, Doc, you know. And well, I'm not gonna go into a health conversation, but it's like, you know what? The reality is this: take care of yourself the best you can, and even when you do that, something can still arise. You know what I mean? In my place of employment, there's a person who is a designer, and 5 years ago, they were from the exterior of observance. The picture of someone healthy, and here we are 5 years later, and the person is suffering from MS, walking with a walker, and lost a lot of control of their muscles and everything. And it's like, wow, you never saw that coming. You know, Bruce Willis, the actor, 5 years ago, he had a couple of movies out. Now, he can't even speak. Doesn't remember that he was a film actor, and is suffering from severe Alzheimer's. I mean, it just came on just like that. It's like, and his deterioration has gone down so fast that even with the assistance of immediate family, they couldn't hold off anything. It just happened. You can't tell me that some of the stuff that they're putting in our food chain, our oxygen, our water supply, vaccines, all of this stuff, man, there's a lot that we're dealing with. And all I can say is hold fast to your loved ones. Even keep your strangers within reach, because you can learn. You can learn from anyone that's around you, and be aware. But the only way that we can make it, people, is together. We have to pull together. We have to stop allowing separation to be in the midst of things because someone may look a little bit different from you, come from a different area than yourself. But when you open us up, we all have the same organs and bleed the same color and all of that. So if you want to hold fast to divisive issues and means of philosophy and principles, have at that. But when you have an emergency and they got to rush you to that place, you don't have time to select what ethnicity the person providing your health care is. You don't have time to register and check for green cards. And if someone is an immigrant, not a migrant, but an immigrant, or a family of immigrants, you just want your immediate health issues addressed. So, understand what's important and what's not. Because they'll have you thinking some of these trivial things are super important just to rob you from your opportunity of survival. That's it. If you're hungry, I can feed you. If you're thirsty, I can give you drink. Hunger don't have no ethnicity. Thirst has no ethnicity. Shelter doesn't require ethnicity. Clothing, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Know this. Adopt this. Live this. Enact this. Prioritize people. Prioritize. The time is nigh, which means immediate, on the spot. Yeah. You know, we talk about our sports and our love for sports and everything, but that's a mere distraction at the end of the day. Because if they can keep you so absolved of real actualities and absorbed into these other areas, you miss blessing. You have to prioritize and know how things can work and do work. Yeah. Someone didn't wake up this morning, and they will be missed by those who know them. Someone will not go to sleep this evening. And the same. That type of sleep that I'm talking about that they may meet up with is eternal. And you wish that upon no one. Because no man know his final hour. So make the most of the ones that you have available to you. That's why I do this show. Because I try to have some kind of purpose. To bring to light some type of goodness, whether you receive it as that or not. That's why we here, man. And I do my best. Not perfect, far from it. But perfection is not what I strive for anyway. I strive for the best of quality that I can put out. Some days that level of quality can soar through the heavens. And some days that level of quality may not get above the first level. But the effort is always there. Yeah. How many of you can come in here this morning without it being requested of you to show support? You have to be reminded. You know, when you walk into an establishment, you're supposed to remove your hat, wipe your feet, and greet when you enter a new atmosphere. Many don't do that. Many keep their hats nailed to their head. Sometimes because they don't comb their head. Some don't know to wipe their feet. Why? Because they carry bullshit everywhere they go. Oh yeah. Symbolism is quite important in what I'm talking about. Some don't think to brush or wash. And why is that? When it's readily available to you. Choice. It's about choice. Think about it. And while I'm thinking about it, I want to salute a gentleman that was in the chat last night, Chris. Chris, if you're out there, you're catching this on replay. If you check my community post page, I addressed you personally. While I was doing the post-fight show last night, I missed your Cash App donation. And I wanted to acknowledge it. You're a new person to the channel, but I wanted to acknowledge that again because, as a reminder, if you send a Cash App, please write in the chat, Cash App Sensei, so I can check for it. Because I don't get an alert for that unless I check the phone directly. But when I'm doing the broadcast, if you one second, hold on. Okay. Yeah. The alerts are not there for Cash App. So when someone sends one, I have to ask you to say, "Hey, Sensei, check your Cash App, check your PayPal." So those notifications aren't, readily available unless I close everything down. And then I check my phone and I can see it's there. So, I'm just letting you guys know that that's one way to handle things. Yep. So let me see who we got out here this morning. Sheriff Deputy Stephen L. the Mac. What's going on with you? Jay is in the building. What's happening? Universal Truth back with us. Antonio MMA. How did it go for you, Antonio? I never heard you follow up on your competition. How did that go for you? Coach Hudson is in the building. Salute to you. Macadus Mac of the South. What's happening with you? Salute to you as well. Drew Titan LLC is out there in the gym. He should be at the buffet for breakfast. I don't know why he keeps detouring to the gym when they got plenty of spots open. There's a seat available for you at the buffet table this morning, Drew Titan. It's calling you. Who else we got out here? Jonathan Simon. Yeah, what's happening with you this morning? Salute to you and blessings to you as well. Yeah! So Stormybman is out here for y'all this morning, man. We're going to talk a little bit of boxing and a little bit of something else if it calls for it. Isaiah GQ just slid into the building. You know, some people have to come in after they finish doing their dirty work. You know, and they come in here and they try to rinse off, but Stormybman ain't got no holes for you, huh? I just got heat for you, flames. So you might find yourself out of the kitchen, but the fire ain't gone nowhere. You smell bacon? Yeah. Hey, listen to this, y'all. Antonio MMA says he won by UD. Then 1 hour later, he won by first round KO, 53 seconds. See, that's my number one student right there. He'll tell you himself that ever since he started tuning in to Stormybman and listening to my philosophical approach to the sport, for the fighters, and how the dedications that I put out there, it has enhanced and helped him. And I haven't even met him face to face. Imagine what I could do for him in assisting meeting face to face. Think about that. He said he became the NFC's first kickboxing champion in the southeast of U.S. He says, went into the tournament with 3 injuries, so I was very boxing heavy. Yeah, that's what's good with you, brother. See there? We celebrate you, man. Congratulations. But Antonio, you can write in the chat and tell them what you said to me about how I've helped, you know, with you just tuning in to my shows and everything and listening. You know, I never took that for granted and always took it to heart and always kept it in my mind. That's why when I don't see you and I know that you be into that, and I'm like, you know what? Where's Antonio at? And you say, oh, I'm preparing for a match, Sensei, or whatever. I'll be looking out for you. I'll be like, yep. That's what's up. But no guy that I've ever worked with could ever say, man, you told me some BS, bro. You had me out there and I was in the jaws of the shark. Huh? No, never. Never. No. No one can ever say that. No one. Yeah. Let me see here. I can get mine. I'm gonna put that call-in line up on the board there so we can see. Test the line out to make sure that it's functioning. I tried to call Junior the Truth last night while that fight was still going on with that Garcia and Moreno, but he didn't pick up. Should have picked up, Junior. Yep. So the line is ready, you guys. Call-in line is ready and functioning. Antonio says, "Oh, Sensei, I found you in 2020. Considering fighting is all mental, it's the reason for everything, of course. I have to apply the technique, but that's the easy part." Yeah, fortitude is important, brother. So to build up oneself, your internal makeup, that's very important. Yeah. He says 3 injuries, Sensei, 2 being hyperextensions in both elbows. My coach told me to get in boxing range and shorten the shots up, and then mental starts then, of course. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Antonio, have you told your coach about me? Have you told him about me? Have you introduced him to my Tuesday tussle? Because that would be a good show for him to watch of mine, the Tuesday tussle. Oh, that's right, Coach Hudson. It never stops. And it's a reciprocity there. Teaching, learning, teaching. That's why the symbol of yin yang is so important in the element of martial arts. It's an ongoing cycle. If it ceases, that means usually the end or death. But there is a completion process where you start out with nothing and you become something, and you go from something to becoming nothing. It's the complete alpha and omega process. You ever heard it put like that, Coach Hudson? Ever? Antonio says, funny, Sensei, I've told my teammates through the years, but not coach yet. However, he wants me to study more Archie Moore's cross guard because I use some of that in both fights. Don't forget to look up Georgie Benton, even more so than Archie Moore. Archie Moore is great, but Georgie Benton was better at what you're talking about that your coach wants you to look at. So I just gave you a tidbit there, Antonio MMA. That's a huge tidbit. Georgie Benton. See, because Archie Moore is definitely a name because of he being historically associated with becoming one of the oldest world titleists in his career. During the time of his era, he was so good as a younger man that they wouldn't give him title shots and everything. So he was well into his 40s when he finally got that opportunity to become world champion. But Georgie Benton is one that you should definitely look into. So we got the phone lines are open. You're welcome to call in. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk some boxing this morning. You know, coming up this week, Wednesday on DAZN, we got some boxing, and it's early in the day. It's early in the day. Marcus Brown taking on Brandon Glanton. This fight will be from Nigeria. That's why the time of the day is so early. It's early in the afternoon, like 1 p.m. or even 2 p.m. Central or Eastern time. But it's roughly around that time on DAZN. Ravens Nation is asking, didn't Georgie Benton help Leon Speaks beat Ali? I know that Eddie Futch was a part of that. Georgie Benton may have been as well, because I think that Georgie Benton worked with Eddie Futch at one time. So it's quite possible. My memory doesn't serve at this time specifically about who was coaching who and when. That is typically something that the brother Scrapbook Boxing could answer. Joe Townsend says, salute Stormy at the 49ers tailgate listening. Who they playing today, Joe Townsend? Who they playing, and what you got to eat tailgating out there? What you got to eat, man? You know, that's where Stormy B Man's immediate interest goes. What y'all eating on over there? Tailgating. Jay says Brandon Glanton is a dog. Yeah, man, he gonna be all upside Marcus Brown's head, who ain't fought in a long time. So Marcus Brown, he either better come in there ready to fight or get run over like a steam, what do they call it? A steamliner. No headbutts, Mr. Marcus Brown. The master of the headbutt. This dude know how to open your head up like Hoover Dam. Shit. Jonathan Simon says, Georgie Benton studied under Eddie Futch and was in the corner of Joe Frazier in the Thriller in Manila. Yeah, man. There you go. Look at that. A few people fell off. Goodbye. Take care. See ya. Fuck out of here. Joe Townsend says, Jaguar Stormy, I want to see if that boy Travis Hunter is good. We got wings, tacos, chip and salsa, hamburgers, beer, and tequila. Man, I should be out there with Joe Townsend. I shouldn't even be on this damn live right now. I should be out there tailgating. You understand? And face feeding. Shit. See, I know how to prioritize. Man, Joe Townsend better be glad I ain't in the same city, bro. Cause I've been like hitting him up at 6:30 a.m. Hey man, where the spot at? Shit. I'll bring the cups. Jay says, B-Hop and Holyfield ain't got nothing on Marcus Brown. Listen, man, let me tell you something about Holyfield. I can't talk about B-Hop too much. But Holyfield learned to use headbutts when those bigger men were doing the dirty stuff that they were doing to him. See, that you guys don't realize certain things. Everybody wanted to complain about Evander's headbutts. But Evander was elbowed, hit on the back of the stem of the neck, the illegal rabbit punch. Holyfield was hit below the belt on his hips and everything, and shoved elbows in his neck and everything through his time at heavyweight. When he was fighting at cruiserweight, it was heads up fighting. But when he moved up to the heavyweight division, he had to do certain things to take care of himself because he was a firecracker of a fighter, and those bigger, slower moving heavyweights, though they had the weight advantages and stuff, they were doing little dirty tactics to him and everything. So Evander had to learn how to fight up out of that, man. But see, you guys, you know what? You remind me of like referees in the NBA game. You only see the retaliation. You never see and acknowledge the original infraction, huh? And that's okay, because as long as you keep seeing the scope like that, then you will forever be outmaneuvered because you're slow, huh? Your focus is off. But that's okay. I just explained it to you. And here's universal truth here. Holyfield had a forehead of steel. And Mike Tyson had balls like raisins. Yeah. How about that? Your favorite, Mike Tyson. Y'all thought he was the human destructor, but he used cocaine and PEDs, throughout his career. And that was before we had the internet. So, where was all that to help him in Tokyo, Japan, Where was it? You damn right that's what he did. Don't ever try to sit up and talk to me about that kind of stuff, because I can shrink you like a violet, brother. You remember in the Black Dynamite movie when they say what the anaconda drink does to you? It makes your woo like woo. Yeah! Shrinking violet, huh? Coach Hudson says, just rewatched Ron Lyle versus Big George and realized there's no comparison to today's heavyweights to those killers. Hey, man. Haven't I been saying that, though? In different ways. 1,000 ways to say it. But the camera and film don't lie, do it? You didn't even have to go back to Ron Lyle and George Foreman. You could have come up to date to Burt Cooper and Michael Moorer. Or Michael Moorer and Alex Stewart. Huh? You see what I just did there, Coach Hudson? I reached into the bag, huh? And pulled something out for you. Boom, go study. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. I said something to you a little while ago, and you didn't respond to that, Coach Hudson. I said, you ever heard anybody put that like I put it a little while ago and you didn't remark, huh? So either you were listening and not paying attention and didn't want to respond, or you heard me and you just chose not to respond. But which one is it? Because we sitting up here in the classroom right now. That's what this is. When Stormybman have the answer in the bell, especially for when nobody want to pick up the phone and have a conversation, huh? Because that's the easiest way to do it. Pick up the phone and talk to Stormybman. But there's a lot of people out there. They'll tune in. Over 50-something views this morning already, huh? But not even 20 thumbs up. Why is that? Why is more than 50-something people looking, but none of them can give you the thumbs up? They're giving you the finger, the bird, flipping you off, huh? I could flip people off too. Where's that gonna get you, huh? Nothing but a stinky index finger, huh? Because I tell you, go stick it in your butt. I already said when I started this live, I said our health is not the best, not feeling the best, but people will come out here and just be looking at you. Creeps. Bunch of creeps, weirdos, huh? Let me put my mirror up so y'all can look in the mirror. I really feel like I should have been out there with Joe Townsend. At least I could have get my eat on and give me something good to drink. Yeah, Joe Townsend, that's exactly right, man. At that rally that they had for him, man, I watched that on Fight Hype. I don't even think I saw the whole thing, but from what I did see, it was a very, very well put together tribute to the young man, and he deserved every bit of that. And see, it really made what Max Kellerman did, and I talked about it when he initially did it at the Grand Arrivals, calling that man a villain. Did that look like a villain that city was hosting for? That they were celebrating and had a parade for and a party for? Fuck no, it was no villain. He's a fucking hero. You got people out here talking about that man. They ain't even accomplished a damn thing with their own careers, and they out there trying to belittle him and take away from his accomplishments. Some of them ain't got half or a quarter or an ounce of the dignity that he showed and brought to the ring. The zeal for wanting to be the best. These fuckers are hiding. Go ask Al. Go ask Al. Huh? I bet you'll never see Bud dancing in his skivvies, slapping on his own ass in a video made for who? Was that video made for Al? Fuck out of here. That's the villain. If Max Kellerman had his culture vulture head twisted on correctly, he would know who the real villains of boxing are, and he would say it. But since he is a culture vulture, get the fuck out of here, Max Kellerman. Shit. And these guys cozying up around him like he's some guru and sage of boxing. Just because you have an articulate vocabulary doesn't make you smart, Max Kellerman. You still spew shit out of your mouth. And you can quote me on that. Yeah, Joe, I saw Shitty Cuz. I saw Shitty Cuz out there. At least Shitty Cuz know who to cozy up around, right? Who to learn game from, right? He ain't as dumb as he look, is he? Where was Keyshawn at? Freedom's March in the building. What's good with you? Jonathan Simon says, OG, you say something the other day and last night, and it stuck with me. I really do miss boxing on free TV, ABC, CBS, NBC, and USA Network, and ESPN and Friday Night Fights. Of course. Because when you got boxing on regular TV, on a regular basis, you get familiar with the fighters. That's how they truly build a fan base, when you see them in your home on a weekly basis. Having to sign up on apps and all of this, everybody doesn't have that accessibility. Everybody doesn't have that interest. But I can guarantee you, when boxing was on regular television, a person could come home and be flipping through the channels, and a boxing match will be on, and they'll fucking watch it. Over a movie, over a reality show, over a different sporting event. And if it's their favorite sporting event that happens to not be boxing, they'll be back and forth between the boxing match and their favorite event. Kamara, the Stepping Razor, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Joe Townsend says, I thought he wasn't dumb either till Shakur doubled down on Fury beating Ali. Now he is plumb dumb to me. Well, you know what that is. I'm going to tell you something. That's just plain ignorance, Joe Townsend. And sometimes the ignorance isn't just from the lack of exposure, but it's the lack of correcting. See, when you correct someone, it's setting them on a path of correctness, to go the right way. But we live in a time and age where, and you guys have heard 78 say this, OGs are not real OGs no more. They'll let young guys mess up and won't correct them, won't advise them to do better or whatever. That's not a real OG. You understand? So, and letting them learn for themselves and all of that, I'm not an advocate of that either. Because if there is knowledge, even at the age that I am presently, if someone can share and enlighten me to make my path brighter, I will listen and adhere to that proper advisement. That's called wisdom. But when someone is not offering it, and you have to go out there and you make a fool of yourself and everything, and they turn their head and pretend like they didn't see you do something silly or make a fool of yourself, then it becomes a thing where it's the blind leading the blind. That's right, Jonathan Simon. That's exactly how this happened. There's a process. But when you don't, you break that up. And don't forget, now it's like this with fights on apps and everything. They're always trying to push an agenda. That's why when they hire certain announcers and analysts, they are very poor in their directives, because they're trying to persuade and influence instead of teaching and giving you substance behind what you're witnessing. You could watch a boxing match with the audio off and tell what's happening. But if you turn the audio on, what you would like is a detailed description from an experienced vantage point to let you know not only what's happening, the effects of the actions, and what the variables of outcome may be. But that's not what they give you. How many times have you been watching a fight and they say, oh, good right hand by so-and-so, and he's really pressing the issue, and he fucking gets knocked out. And he was like, wow, it came from nowhere or whatever. No, it didn't come from nowhere. If you were correctively describing what was happening, I'm certain that there was a loophole or something that engaged to a point where the guy left himself open. The other guy was just biding his time and waiting for the opportunity and this and that, and boom, there you go. And they like to pump one guy up over the other all the time. One guy. Do you know how many people were against Bud Crawford winning against Canelo? There were so many people, man. If you had to take a consensus, I would say about 70% of the masses were saying that Canelo was going to beat Bud Crawford. And to that notion, they were saying there's weight classes for a reason. I don't think Bud will be able to take the punch and the power. I don't think Bud will be able to hold his energy and stamina carrying the extra weight. I don't think that Bud's power is going to be effective against Canelo. Jumping 3 weight divisions when it was 2 is not something that he can do. Man, all of this stuff, such fuckery, man. Fucking Roberto Duran was the best lightweight in history, and went all the way up to 168 pounds and beat Iran Barkley's ass. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know boxing history. You shouldn't be talking about boxing. You shouldn't be able to tell the people that this is impossible and improbable when the more likelihood, like Bud said in an interview leading up to the fight, there's been more little guys moving up in weight to beat bigger guys' asses throughout the fucking history of the sport. So if you don't even know that, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. 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 Hasn't Canelo bounced through weight divisions beating bigger dudes? Whether they were good or not, I ain't saying all of that. I'm just saying, hasn't he done it? Triple G didn't move nowhere, did he? Because he was scared to test himself. Even though he had Fable Sanchez telling anybody who would listen, or we'll take anyone from 154 pounds on up to 168. But when Andre Ward say, I'm your Huckleberry, their balls shrank up like raisins, huh? How many times does this has to be reiterated? How many times it's got to be pointed out? Fuckery, the make of order in today's boxing. But y'all are running around a little half pint of a man, celebrating him and upholding him, and he ain't done a damn thing. You'll vilify a guy who was willing to step into the heavyweight arena and take on any and all comers, because that's how competitive his nature was, even though he's being outweighed anywhere from 10 to more pounds against his opponents. But he's willing to do it. And then you celebrate another guy who they marketed as a good heavyweight, but he was nothing, never had been anything, even won a gold medal when the Olympics were held in his country, so that was an angled win and victory for him. And then when he gets in serious competition in the sport professionally, he loses. And he lost to everybody that was supposed to whoop his ass, and that you never put him in against the guy he was supposed to fight because you was afraid that guy was going to whoop his ass. So you running from one ass whooping into several others. Dumb fuckery. This is what I call it. Where's that fan base now? Son of a bitch ain't fought since Daniel Dubois put 2 feet in his ass, huh? When he threatened him at a sit-down conversation. I'll hit you across the face with this chair. Who do you think you... Man, Daniel Dubois did exactly what he had needed to do to his ass. And the motherfucker, all of a sudden now, he got injuries and everything. The only thing injured is his ass, huh? Because he got turned up in that stadium full of people. And the pride that went right up with it. He embarrassed. He don't even know how to come back from that. He don't even want to get in the ring against a Uber driver to come back. But y'all love that shit. Y'all support it. You support drug cheats and people who run with cartel leaders and everything. You support them, huh? I see this shit. I've been watching it the whole time. Been watching it. Where that heavyweight out of Ohio, the one that, you know, had the damn security pet and all of that, where he at? I think him and Joshua may be hanging out in the same spot, huh? Because he got his ass handed to him and he ain't come back either. But I'm only 23. Motherfucker be 23 years removed from all of this shit. Nobody give a damn. And yet and still I come on these airwaves and I do content. But I every once in a while drop the tidbits to let you know I know exactly what the hell is going on. But that ain't my focus. That's why if you ever try to run that shit by me, I'm gonna correct you every chance I get, because I realize where the bullshit is coming from. And still the call lines be open and ain't nobody called. But you're listening though. You can sit up and get mad and be all in your feelings all you want to. 70 something people looking, but ain't nobody want to call. You know why? Because you can't talk about boxing. You can talk bullshit, but you can't talk no boxing. Oh, Townsend, that was Miller wanting a piece of him. But he made sure he went on and ate some french fries running the other way. Because he ain't trying to face nobody. Whatever he made fighting Bacoli, he happy with that. And he'll ride off into the sunset. That's what he chose to do. Charles Martin said that Moses Atuma can get it if he won't. Charles Martin ready to beat up on the young prospect too. Tell you, this is all bullshit, man, when it comes to these dudes. About to be like the commercial. Unsatisfied? Have a Snickers, huh? couple of weeks from now, your boy, Penny Loafers, gonna make his return to the ring against Lima. Oh, we can't wait. Chomping at the bit. You know, when he sat up and said he didn't watch Bud's performance against Canelo, I know Blue Blood came out and kind of gave a different way of looking at that. But why couldn't the man just say something simple along the lines of, yeah, I understand Bud won, congratulations to him or whatever. Why it's gotta be, I didn't see it, I fell asleep, I decided not to go, and you told us you couldn't wait to let us know you was over there working with Canelo. See, you can't have it both ways. I will consider everything, since you opened up that door, you gotta take all the flies and mosquitoes and insects into the house, not just the ones that you pick. Huh? Fuck you. One minute. Yeah. So we're gonna go through this whole thing with nobody deciding to call in? I'm cool with it. Get my watch hours up. The next big heavyweight fight, Dave Allen against Arslanbek Makhmudov. That's a big fight. And I think that Allen should be favored. Makhmudov, according to Peter Fury, the trainer from the UK, says that Makhmudov's got the heart of a pea. The heart of a pea. Who are my subjects that are in the chat presently that comprise my concurrent viewers? Give me a show of ones if you're out there. It says it's only 14 of you. Okay, Universal. So you mean Universal is the only one who's a supporter? Everyone else must be the ops. I guess Joe Townsend is gone. Jonathan Simon is gone. Freedom's March is gone. Jay is gone. Ravens Nation is gone. Mark Wunderlich is gone. Coach Hudson is gone. Antonio MMA is gone. Isaiah GQ is gone. Drew Titan is gone. Stephen L. LeMack is gone. Jonathan Simon, why didn't you put a 1 in the chat like Universal did? I specifically asked that for a reason. See, this is what lets me know, like, people, I don't know what be on you guys' mind. You be out there, you don't say anything, and then when I ask for a certain amount of cooperation, I can't even get that. That's the kind of bullshit that really makes me angry, because it shows more about you as a community, as an individual, and you can't even be cooperative in the simplest thing that a person asks of you. That's the shit that really burns me at the fucking core. Because how can we get anywhere from here to there if you can't do the simplest, most minute request? How? What the fuck? "267. Who's calling? What's on your mind?"
Good morning, Stormybman. This is B-Mac.
B-Mac, what's good with you?
Long time no hear from, man. I can't catch you. I've been running. Still running right now as I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
A lot happened, man. I know I heard you a little bit on that Crawford fight. And I got schooled by you and the other old guys in Philly that used to box. And they told me what he was going to do, and he did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did it. He put on a masterpiece. Masterpiece.
Did you not know he was capable of doing that? He's done it before.
Yes, he has. I watched Crawford. The first time I seen Crawford was against Gamboa. I didn't know who he was. And when he beat Gamboa, my radars went off.
And that was when Gamboa was still a viable fighter. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know who Crawford was from a can of paint. Yeah, I didn't know who he was. And just like when I seen Roy fight, his first time was against James Toney. I didn't know who he was. Same thing with James Toney against Michael Nunn. I didn't know who James Toney was. He beat my guy Michael Nunn, second to none. Jet Magazine. That was my guy. My heart was broken.
Yeah.
But Crawford, every big fight he's in, I pick against him and he wins. He wins. Easy. Not only wins, Lynn dominates. He dominates. It's not close. It's no argument.
Yeah.
So I just gotta tip my hat off to him, man. This guy, he's the best fighter in this generation right now. He's the best fighter. By far. It's not even close. It's not even close, man.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
And the thing about it is, he wins with such a versatility. Every victory is not the same.
No.
It's
and
not.
Every opponent is not the same either.
No, and it's all styles of fighters,
Sizes.
all sizes. It's all different types of personality and disposition, aggression. And I'll continue to say this. It's a moot point by now. But when he was at welterweight, the only fighter that I thought would give him a little bit of difficulty, I didn't say he'd beat Crawford. I said he would give him a difficulty to where he would have to bring out something of Crawford that we had never seen, was Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
And
I can see that.
And the reason being, allow me to explain why I say it. The reason being was Thurman was an athletic fighter who could move, and he had enough pop on his punches to keep you honest. But more so than that, Keith Thurman is highly intelligent. He's a very intelligent man, a very intelligent fighter with a high ring IQ. One calling that I hope he doesn't miss is being a color analyst for boxing when he retires, because Keith can see things and talk about things regarding boxing that a lot of his contemporaries are not even on the same page or in the same zip code with him. And I thought that that would have been a great challenge for Crawford, because with everything that Crawford is good at and how he has shown us his growth over the years, that would have completed the process. A guy like Thurman, but he has in his 42 fights, he has not fought a guy like Thurman, believe it or not. There have been guys like Canelo, but not anyone like Thurman. And that's very interesting, because that doesn't mean he beats Crawford, but I would love to see him solve that puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And they're beyond that now, because Keith is at a weight class where, Bud's not going back there anymore. And it's advanced in age now, too, as well. So that's one missed opportunity. And that's not Bud's fault either. It's not. So, we do have to take our hat off to the young man and acknowledge that he is the fighter of this generation. He's to be respected. He's to be upheld and adhered to as class. We're not talking about him and whomever you like or don't like or whatever about his personality, this or that. We're talking about the fighter who we tune in to watch on television in a boxing match. The man is really, truly deserving of all accolades. All accolades.
Yeah, well said with you. Every time I watch Crawford fight, I learn something about fighting. People were upset in the gym that was picking against them. They were upset.
But why? But why?
They wouldn't say. I asked him. It's a young guy, 21. And, he's half Puerto Rican and half black. So, he likes his Puerto Rican side. But I told him, I said, look, don't get upset. I've seen this before with Floyd. I said, but you were too young to understand that. But back to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is all what you said. That's what I see too in him. The problem is he don't see that. I don't think he loses the confidence because he don't trust himself. He don't have the confidence. I don't see what's the big deal why he didn't want to fight both sides.
Well, no, I don't think it was his confidence. Now, hindsight being 2020, I think it was ill advisement, man. It was ill advisement.
From who? From who? His people?
Well, whomever was advising him. You don't remember. All of these guys, though they fought under PBC, that doesn't mean that they took all advisement from Al Heyman.
That's true.
Because you have to understand that Thurman,
I didn't think of that.
Thurman had a title, and Porter had a title, and Arrow had a title. Now Thurman and Porter fought. Thurman prevailed. But
that was a close fight too.
But
man, that was a war.
Porter fought Arrow, but Thurman wouldn't fight Arrow, and for whatever reason he wouldn't fight him. If it was money related, if it was, I don't know the inner outings of that, but he should have, he should have broken bread with Arrow. And then even when Arrow had a chance after being the unified champ himself to face Thurman, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, he was pissed that he didn't have a fight. I don't know the inside.
But look at it like this though. Arrow was trying to establish his own legacy, right? Yeah. And he wanted undisputed, where Bud was on the other side of the street. Their words, not Bud's. Yeah. But if he had finished cleaning house with Thurman, then it makes the fight with Bud even bigger, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't do it. So he got in his own way. You understand?
Yeah.
It's just
who got in his own way?
Arrow got in his own way with that type of. Listen, you don't have to like a guy to make that money and to make that success. Once you do that, you keep it moving. But see, these guys of today, they're all prima donnas. They're all divas. Man, get the hell out of here. If I want to be the best in the world and I got to go through you, and you, I got to do that. And if I'm doing it, if I'm accomplishing as I go through my goal, the money is coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Riddick Bowe, back in 1991, 92, threw the WBC belt in the garbage after defeating Evander Holyfield.
All right.
Why?
I don't understand that.
You work so hard to achieve this and you throw it in the garbage? Lennox Lewis takes that sanctioning body's title and defends it and becomes a damn good fighter till he got stopped by Oliver McCall.
Yeah, that was a vicious hit. Yeah.
And the thing is, he worked hard and got back. He fought Evander and everything, and he became undisputed. Bowe, to this day, is mad because Lennox became undisputed, retired as the undisputed champion, having literally beat every man he stepped in the ring against. Even though he had a couple of losses, he still, defeated every man. And so Bowe is mad. But who can Bowe only be mad at? Himself.
Himself. Yeah, himself. I watched that.
And Evander Holyfield told him when they had a sit down and it was all of them talking and everything about their careers, he was like, Bowe, you were supposed to fight that man. You were supposed to fight him. They had a contracted agreement that people don't remember. There was a Final Four. Holyfield was defending the undisputed title against Riddick Bowe in 1991. And Lennox was fighting the number 2 contender in Razor Ruddock. There was a Final Four. Those two fights, Lennox and Ruddock, fought on October, Halloween. And the next month in November, Holyfield and Bowe fought, with the winners to meet the following year. That meant Bowe and Lewis. Bowe was supposed to get like 12 million or 15 million, and Lennox was supposed to get 10 or 12, something like that. Rock Newman, who was Riddick Bowe's manager, if you want to call it that or whatever, was saying that Lennox hadn't done anything to make that kind of money. We're not fighting him, so we'll just throw the WBC belt away. What?
I didn't understand it. I was lost.
But the thing is, listen, if those two men face each other, the winner of that becomes the fighter of that era as far as the heavyweights go. It didn't happen.
They do.
And the thing is now you got to think about fantasy. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. When you had the right to decide in your hands. If Holyfield had come out on top, he would have fought Lennox.
Holyfield fight anybody. He'll fight a pit bull.
This is what I'm saying. It's about choices, and these guys choose the wrong way all the time, trying to be smart. When Riddick Bowe defended his title against Jesse Ferguson, whom he knocked out, I think, in 1 round or something. Ferguson wasn't ready, and Bowe just plowed through him. Bowe, from that moment on, went downhill because in his mansion that he had lived in and everything, he had a kitchen put in the bedroom and all of that shit. Foolishness, man. Utter foolishness.
Yeah, didn't he blow up to like 300 and something, almost 400 pounds? And
listen, this is what I'm saying to you. So history is often repeating itself with the fuckery of boxing. These guys do this silly stuff. It don't make sense. Jamel Charlo was the undisputed super welterweight champion. His good friend Errol Spence was the unified welterweight champion. If Errol had defeated Bud, that would have been an in-house super fight between those two undisputed champions fighting, one class difference between the two. It would have made for great legacy and everything. But guess what? You didn't have to worry about that because Bud beat Errol. So now Bud is that man. All he had to do was face Charlo, but Charlo instead goes up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo in a fight that he didn't even compete in. And they announced that when they rang the bell for the first round, that one of those belts was getting stripped off of him. So that meant that he was no longer going to be the undisputed super welterweight champ. But the effort that he gave against Canelo was so poor that he didn't even fight no more after that. And then they just stripped all the other titles from him. So you just totally, what you worked hard for, you might as well have been Riddick Bowe throwing the belts in the garbage.
$4 million. You sold it for $4 million in some back end money. That's what you did. Now you're his manager. Now you're Jamel Charlo manager. You got Crawford that want to come up and fight you, and you got Alvarez. What do? You his manager.
You fight Crawford.
That's what I said. I had a big argument in the gym with somebody.
And then after that, if you fight Crawford, if you're successful, which I didn't think he was going to beat Crawford because he don't have the mindset to beat Crawford.
I thought so then, but after he beat Earl like that, I said, uh-oh. And then he was beating Earl, talking to him.
He ran from Crawford. That's what he did.
Yeah,
just like Tank is running from Roach right now. It's the same thing. It's the same mindset.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would have told him to face Crawford. And then after he defeats Crawford, I would have told him to fight Errol.
Oh, fight Earl?
Yeah. Because
I ain't thinking that. Okay.
Of course you didn't think of this. But
I was going to think you said Alvarez, but no, you said Earl. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you go after Alvarez.
Yes. Yes. Do you understand?
There you go. I understand now. I ain't think of that.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, these guys, and you know who benefits.
Business, Stormy. You should be their manager, Stormy.
You know who benefits.
You should come manage Bruce Ennis, man.
Do you know who?
Do
you know who benefits off of these guys not going for legacy? Do you know who benefits?
The promoter. No. Who benefits for them not going for legacy?
The promoter. Listen. Just be quiet for a second, B-Mac, and let me talk, okay?
Okay.
The promoter and the sanctioning bodies benefit. You know why? Because they make more money when the belts are broken up, and the promoters can make more matches, and the sanctioning bodies can get more sanctioning fees and under the table fees for moving people around in the rankings to get a position for the next title shot.
Makes sense.
When one champion is undisputed, they can't do all of that.
No.
So
they gotta wait.
So what happens is the fighter that gives a belt up, or a belt is stripped, or whatever, he vacates or whatever, they get to double down and have what they call eliminator bouts, and then they still don't have to make the guy that fought in the eliminator face the champ. They could throw another eliminator bout out there while the champ has negotiated, hey, I want to have a what do they call it? Not a mandatory, but a voluntary defense or whatever. You see, it's like, you see the game being played here?
Yeah, I see.
So in the meantime, your legacy is stagnated. It's not, No merit. Bud has done some things that can't none of his contemporary match. He became undisputed in 3 weight divisions.
And left. So you can have your belt back.
And which means that he beat the best of each of those 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has the reputation for being the best, and he's in the history books. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No stripping of him, no involuntaries and all of that. It's like he has laid his groundwork. You cannot deny that. These other dudes, they done had losses and stop-offs and upsets and this and that, and it's like they've damaged themselves.
Yeah. Yes, you're absolutely right. Like Bruce is going with his career. Mm-hmm.
When he signed with Ed Hearn, I did a video about it. I was like, "Oh, he done messed up now." He should have signed. He should have signed with DHP. That's where he should have signed. DHP.
Who's that?
That's Devin Haney.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because even though they could have been rivals, it could have still been under an envelope of, being guided properly. And you got a mouthpiece in Bill who could talk for you at the press conferences and at any releases that's promoting your brand. Now, the other aspect of that is look at what Tank Davis did by going over there and negotiating with MVP. He didn't even know with his dumb ass that MVP and Jake Paul is paying him.
Mm-hmm.
But a part of that promotion, GTD is not a part of it at all. So he's not even making that money for being a part of the promotion. All of the money is going to Jake Paul and probably Tom Brown. You understand? Fuckery at its finest, bro. And these guys are out here doing the shit that they're doing, and they don't realize. But they want to hate on Bud Crawford. And Bud said what? After he's like, I never sold my soul to get where I am. In other words, he never compromised his own personal beliefs and principles to get through the process. It might have taken him a longer route, but he still achieved. And look at where everybody else at now.
You can't say nothing bad about Bud. I can't say nothing. Nothing. He proved everybody wrong if he was against him. You can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. Just sit down, take note, and learn something. That's all. That's all. Because another thing I learned, just because you're in lower weight classes and you get hurt, doesn't mean you go into the higher weight class when they punch harder that you get hurt. He didn't get hurt one time against Canelo. Not even close. And he got hurt against Gamboa and Mean Machine.
And I don't even say hurt. I say he got rocked. Well, and that can happen.
He got rocked. That's what I mean.
That can happen.
It happens in boxing. Yeah. I'm looking at the way in the first round when Charlo Jamel fought him, and that first round when I seen Canelo threw a punch out there in the very first round, and Charlo blocked it, but his whole body shook. And I said, whoa, no, this is not going to go right. And it didn't. So I think what Crawford did fighting Canelo at 68 is bigger than what Floyd did at 54 or 52.
Of course.
Floyd wouldn't go up to 68 to fight him, even though Alvarez wasn't near yet. But I'm just saying that's a different Alvarez than 54.
And check this out. Check this out. Charlo trained at home for Canelo with his own gym and camp. He never went away to camp or anything. So he's laying up at home with his wife and his children, eating homemade food, training in his own gym. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. Mm-hmm. He didn't go away for camp. He didn't go away to sacrifice. He didn't go away to get his mind focused on one thing or whatever. And he paid for it.
Yeah.
He gave everything up that he had worked so hard for, and that's his own doing, his own undoing. So I have no feeling toward him at all for that.
How could you?
And so when he says now that it's still his division and everything, the last I checked, all them killers that's lined up in that division now, I don't favor him over any of them.
Well, if you favor him or nothing, it means nothing. He got to go do it again.
Well, this is the whole thing.
Because according to the sanctioning bodies, they didn't see it.
This is the thing, though, brother. Guess what? He's 35 years old now.
Oh, I thought he was that old now.
Yeah.
I was giving him 31.
No.
35.
No.
These guys.
And these other guys, Boots and all of them dudes and Virgil Ortiz, those guys are not even 30 yet.
Yeah, they're like 27, 28.
Yeah. He had problems against Tony Harrison. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. He lost every round in that second fight to Tony Harrison, other than the knockout or the knockdown he did Tony Harrison. He lost every round. Tony Harrison was beating him easier the second fight than the first fight.
Listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, he need to go sit his ass down. He had his day.
Now I want to see him still fight, though. I do want to see him fight. But it's going to be what you just said. You know, it's going to be hard. Because we got young lions now.
Exactly.
You can't.
And I just named two of them. There's a whole litany of those guys out there, brother.
I know about 10 fighters at 54 not to be played with. So when Bruce Ennis is up there, you bet to focus. This ain't 47. No. These guys will hurt you. So it's competition up there. Big time. I wish they put a tournament. I wish the Arab guys put a tournament at 54 so they can, air out who's the best. Because it's a lot of heat up there. A lot of heat. I'd love to see that. And I think Crawford, he should just retire right now. I mean, only thing he's fighting against now is Father Time, and Father Time undefeated. So he can do what he wants, but he ain't got to prove nothing. Just ride off in the sunset. And if they do want to fight you, charge them up. Charge him. Make it worth your while. Never say no. Just, charge him crazy money like Canelo did for that behind whooping he took against Crawford.
Listen, man. Let me just throw a few names out there for he would have to face if he come back. Bakram Murtazaliev.
I don't know who that is, but yeah. I know.
That's the dude who murdered Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, okay. I heard about him.
Yeah, yeah, I thought you might have heard about him.
I heard about him.
Xander Zayas.
Yeah, I heard of him. Mm-hmm.
Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman.
Yes, of course. Keith Thurman up there?
Yeah, because he's at super welterweight now. He's getting ready to fight Fundora in October 25th.
He got hurt his last fight he's supposed to be in, right?
Listen, Israel Madrimov, who Crawford took his belt. Erickson Lubin, who he beat a few years back when Lubin was 22 years old. Lubin is now 30, I think, or 28, something like that. You got Jesus Ramos, who's getting ready to fight Lubin. You got Uisma Lima, who Boots is about to fight. You got Boots.
How is he? Who is he and how is he?
Who? Lima?
The one, the name just mentioned. I don't know too much.
He's 14-1. He's out of Portugal, and he is a super welterweight, and he has the IBO belt. He's got Abbas Baru, who just won a few weeks ago out of Germany. Kind of looks like Bud Crawford in a way, but That guy, he's 17-1. You got Brandon Adams, who just beat Sergey Bohachuk for the second time, and Bohachuk is rated right under him. You got Tim Tszyu. Then you got Connor Benn, who's also competing at that weight. Charles Conwell. Okay, it's like, dude, Josh Kelly.
Loaded.
There's plenty of people lined up, ready to put their foot all in Charlo's ass, bro.
Yeah, loaded.
And when I say it that way, no, listen, I say it that way with emphasis. You know why? Because these young men are fucking hungry, bro. They haven't had the success that he's had. None of them, including Keith Thurman. So when you rationalize it, he's fighting an uphill battle at an advanced age and a couple of years out of the game. He ain't fought in over 2 years.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? The whole deck is stacking higher and higher against his ass. He need to go sit his ass down somewhere.
Well, if he don't sit down himself, somebody gonna sit him down.
Listen,
All right. So,
I'm not saying don't fight, because I'm going to watch all of it. You understand?
yeah, I want to watch him. I want to watch him fight.
But don't be surprised when you see it go against him.
I said it's some killer anybody, because I'm not going to be shocked at that division if anybody loses to anybody. Nobody gonna come out of that division undefeated if they spend their career there.
That's why Boots, listen, that's why Boots should have stayed his ass at 147 and went for undisputed there first and move
like
up.
He said he was going to do.
Because it would have been there for him. In other words, all he had to do was fight Brian Norman first. That was even though he didn't want to do it and all that, whatever, who duck, who would, forget that. Fight the guy, win the belt. He already won the belt from Stanionis, right? He would have had 3 belts with 1 to go. And the thing is, he wasn't patient enough to do that. He fucking moved up the week that Norman Jr. was getting ready to fight the Japanese dude. So you actually shooting yourself in the foot with these stupid decisions. Now you gonna move to a division. You don't have a title for bargaining leverage or whatever. You only have a history of what you've done, which is not a lot.
Not a lot.
And it's not gonna mean nothing in the new division with no title belt or anything to bargain. So now you just gotta get in line with the rest of the dudes. And guess what? The rest of the dudes are every bit as hungry, if not more, than you, and they bigger than you.
Yeah. And they fight outside their state.
Yeah. So it's
What
like,
you don't like to do.
I'm telling you, bro, it's like you can't make this shit up. These guys, the way that they going about what they doing, it's not good, man.
No.
It's not good. It's but hey, we've seen it, and it is what it is.
Hey. As the singer, the great Mickey Howard said, experience is a great teacher.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So they want to do what they want to do. Let them do it. Just learn from it. Like Bud Crawford was teaching me his whole career. Learn. Watch this.
Yep.
He told Earl. Earl said, you got hurt. He said, I got hurt. What happened after that? I stomped him. He left that part out. You have to tell the whole story. Tell the whole story. Don't say some of it. Tell the whole story. He got him out of there. He didn't win in the decision. He got him out of there.
Yep, got him out of there.
He got him out of there.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Get him out of there.
That's what he said. And he wasn't flinching or laughing at anything. And he wasn't paid. He was focused right on Earl's chin. Since that comment. I was an Earl guy. Earl was my guy. I thought Earl was going to beat him. Ain't happened. Wasn't even close. Mop the floor.
Yeah, so. But look here, man. I'm going to get ready to wrap things up. It's just about my time.
I appreciate you, man. I'm still listening. I may catch your replays. I ain't even listening to this show, but I seen it was open. I said, let me try to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. You were the first and only call today, so you know these people. Yeah, these people out there peeping through the blinds and shit. They act like they can't pick up the phone and call, but that's okay. That's okay.
Nah, I was trying to call you all the other weeks too. I couldn't because you always had people on there. I was just listening.
Yeah, but this week nobody wanted to. Nobody wanted to chime in this week.
It was hungover. That's all.
Yeah.
Hungover.
Well, that's probably good that they didn't call because I have something to say about that too. So, yeah. But anyway, I appreciate you, B-Mac, man. Thank you so much, bro.
I appreciate you, Stormy B-Man, for being consistent because I'm not. And the hard work of being consistent is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's very true. It's very true.
So we out here, we listening. Even though you think we ain't, we listening. I know I am. Always from Philly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, brother. You take it easy.
Peace.
All right, peace. Yeah. So with that being said, had one call today. That's okay. I'm get ready to get on up out of here. Folks don't appreciate anything, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make it. You know what I'm saying? We have run our gambit. Let's see here. Yep. So, we've come to the end of another Answering the Bell. The show was filled with a lot of chit chat with no calls and a lack of participation from the chat this week. I don't know what that's all about, but hey, we got next week to try to straighten that shit out. Anyway, shout out to the mighty LDBC, and I'm heading out. Peace.
All gonna be the same.
Oh, what a nice day. Look at Jessica. Jessica, what are you doing? You know you can't swim. Get away from the water, Jessica. Jessica, get away from the... Oh, my God. Somebody help Jessica, please. She can't swim. Go help the... Jessica, run! Jessica, no. Oh, my God. No, Jessica. No, the water is pulling her back in. Where's the lifeguard? Lifeguard, hurry up. She can't swim. Jessica, no! Lifeguard, please save her. Yes, two lifeguards. Save her, no. Please, Jessica. Oh, look, hey. That husband is coming. Oh, you want to Ah! Hey, please, save her. Jessica, they're coming now. They're here, Jessica.